going to go over this word since I gave it to you guys. So you got ongya, ongyada, ongyada don hate. Oh, I put a T on there. Ongyada don hate. Ongyada don hate. So Scott wa don ta. Gainiga okte. Gainiga okte. So what's the root? Is it a C stem? C stem resonant vowel. A stem, O stem, E stem. Which root is it? So you have to know your pronouns. And if you know your pronouns and how they go and which ones they belong to, you realize that this is an A stem. Okay? So if it's an A stem, that means ong. And then you know that there's really a Y right there, right? Yongya. And then you have plus ada do hit. Ongyada don hit. And then this is your this is your middle voice right here. Ada. So I don't expect you guys to know that part, but that's in there. Okay, so gainiga okte A stem. So dekni wadonta gwehte gi gyauya. So gwehte agent, gyauya patient. So you have to know your pronouns again. So ongya is gyauya. If it was gwehte, it would be agya. Agya. But it's not agya, it's ongya. So it's gyauya. You have to know that. Se wadonta son yagoje. Son yagoje. Who's doing it? So in Seneca, somebody's always doing the action, right? That's why we have our pronouns. Who's doing the action? Who's running? Who's telling? Who's throwing? Who's doing? So in this instance, remember, so we use yago because we don't know who, right? In this instance, son yagoje. It's ambiguous. So in this one, it is ongya. So ongya can, when it's in gyauya, it can be one of two things. So it can be de niase or de yakniase. Right? It can either be us two including you, or it can be us two not including you when it's gyauya. So gainiga, either one of those would be acceptable. So de'egando. So you gotta like figure out which part of the word are you gonna look up here. You might find that pronoun, but you probably have a better shot of just going with the okdeat. You might have to cut out different parts, but let's try adadon hate in our dictionary. So if you go up to your dictionary here, go up to this bar up here. So I'm going to put adadon. Now I know some of you, the search thing doesn't always work. Adadon hate. And we'll see what comes up. Sometimes it doesn't always come up. You have to put other. So here we have one, right? Keep oneself alive. Ongwada don hate. We're keeping ourselves alive. So that's the we, right? You have ongwa. Ongwa is us, all of us, inclusive or exclusive. Can be either one. Ongwada don hate. So in the other one, they were using just us two. So instead of ongwa, we used ongya. So de'egando, to keep oneself alive. Now, I don't know the exact context of how they would do that, if you're surviving in the forest or, medicating yourself. Who knows? We'd probably have to ask somebody, but this was just a random word I picked with only one conjugation to see if you guys could figure it out. So if I go back to agando, so we two keeping ourselves alive. So that's the breakdown of that one for today.